Hello and welcome back to the podcast. I am Fallon Jordan, and we are here to have amazing conversations about where the metaphysical and the neuroscience come together. And I have one of my amazing friends, colleagues, one of the most powerful healers that I know here with us today, Joshua Bloom. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. We're going to have so much fun.
We are, and I have like all my little tools. So Joshua is the #1 best-selling author of The Ultimate Answer is Inside, and the foreword is by Dr. Bruce Lipton, which is amazing. And then you're also creator of Quantum Energy Transformation, which is discussed in the book. You also creator of Crystalline Quantum Energy Transformation tools. And I have my generator. So if you're listening on Spotify or Apple, like might want to go back to YouTube and just look at the visual because it's so beautiful. And I have multiple of these around my home and they just give me so much love. They're charged with over 10,000 hertz, which is amazing. Joshua is just such a high vibrational person, which is why he puts together all these amazing resources for us. And his newest, most exciting offer is his quantum release experiment retreat. And so I wanted to hear about that. Like, when did that idea come in for you? And just share as much information as you can. Because I know for me, I'm like in full retreat mode. Like I'm like ready for all the retreats. So I'm sure if someone's listening, they're in our community, they're in our, our sphere of consciousness and they want to know all about it.
Yeah, well, so for me, it was a few years back that I connected with what I call my spirit guides. But these aren't any ordinary spirit guides. These are like extra special, awesome, amazing, transformational spirit guides that work in the 5D energy. So it's just like, it's so much fun to engage with them. But before I knew of them, it just seemed for me like things were just happening in my life that were a little interesting. Like I would be teaching a class and then all of a sudden I would be answering questions from my class with answers I didn't know until I said them. And I thought that was odd. What's going on? So later down the line, years later, I discovered my spirit guides and they said it was us. We're giving you this information so that you can help people and help yourself and really take people to the next level. And what's important about that is right now, times are difficult. Things are not easy. They seem to be very hard. And we are, moving along the best we can, but our empaths, intuitives, and light workers, what are we doing? We are getting triggered by all of the things that are happening in the world energy, some people in the world who are doing some crazy things. All sorts of things are happening right now. It is a frenetic time. It's meant to be this way at this time. We came here for this, and now we've reached this point. But if we become frozen, or we can't move forward, or we feel stuck, or we get too anxious or depressed, or we can't live the life we've come here to live because of the debilitating feelings and energy that we're experiencing on a daily basis, then we've got to get out of that. And what I do is I help empaths, intuitives, and light workers take your life by storm. I want you to feel like you have superpowers. And because of my spirit guides, I feel like I have superpowers sometimes. It's kind of cool because I get information. It's like internal chat GPT, So
I love that.
Right? But even better because I'm getting information that's relevant to me from the inside of me where my spirit guides are pointing me and showing me and helping me. And I help you do the same thing. So what's really powerful is that they told me, as they've told me many things, they told me to make these pendants. They told me to make the generator that you showed earlier. They told me to make these things. And I'm like, okay, I'm making them. But when I make them, I always like take a step back and say, oh my God, I'm in awe of the amazing experiences I have with each of these things. I remember the generator when I first revealed that to my classes and said, "Hey, here's a generator. This is awesome. You should try it." Didn't really work with it too much yet. I just made it because they said to make it. That's what I did. And then I put my hands over it and I started to vibrate, and I started to feel the energy in ways I never thought I could feel energy. And I'm like, wow, they really know something. This thing works. This thing does what it's supposed to do. And that's powerful. So the generators obviously clear your space and keep your space strong and stable and keep the negativity out. Negative thought forms, negative entities, negative people, you name it. It just keeps it out. It's very good. And it's changed my life, to be honest with you. I mean, to say that it's very good isn't enough. My life is no longer the same in such a good way because I have these tools. And that's what I'm here to really share, is that we all need the tools to move forward in our life with ease. We need the tools to feel powerful. We need the tools to get out of our old patterns, to be able to move forward, to not feel anxious, depressed, or any other negative feeling. We need the tools because they work and they take you out of those lower frequency places and bring you to higher frequency places rapidly. And that's powerful. The retreat came about when the travelers, my spirit guides, told me, "Joshua, you need to have a retreat." Now, I remember I attended Tony Robbins' retreats. So Tony Robbins did a retreat. He's been doing them for a million years now. And his retreat that he does is called UPW. And that particular retreat, he normally did in person, but because of COVID, he brought that retreat online. And the tools that he teaches are great. They're neurolinguistic programming. He calls it neuroassociative conditioning. It's really good stuff. The tools that I teach have a little bit different of an approach. It's not about having to do something over and over and over again like Tony's work. It's about shifting it in the moment, shifting it now. This is why we call that quantum, right? Quantum energy transformation is the experience of moving energy in the body to create the change right now. And so what I really loved about Tony's retreat was that he has an extremely high level of experience. He has on the right music. He has the right visuals. He's like, someone's introducing him and that person's being introduced by somebody else. He's got 7 people on the stage. He's got all sorts of things that are happening to make it fun and interesting for you. And I really liked that. And I said that if I were going to we'll say that again. If I were going to do a retreat, it would have to be at that level. I want nothing less for the people that are going to take the retreat with me. I want to be able to produce something like that. But I don't have 7 people to go on stage. I don't have a humongous team. Now, when I say a humongous team, he's got people working with people, and so on and so forth forever, right? Yeah. So his team is like he has people that work with sections of people, okay? That's how he does it. And then there's so many other people that are there supporting other people that are supporting other people. And he has lots of help, let's just say.
For sure.
I have help, but not quite as much by a lot. So I had to discover for myself, how do I create that level retreat basically with just me, but bring in tools that will knock your socks off. So I decided to bring in tools that were certification level tools. I never did this before. I always taught the certification program in the certification program, never pulled them out to play any other time. That's what that was meant for, certification. But that's not what the travelers said. They said, "Joshua, pull this one out, pull that one out, pull this one out. Let's change some lives." And I'm like, okay. So I pulled out certification level training. I got my Zoom credentials, so to speak. I had to learn how to use it better and make sure that I could put us, pictures and experiences and videos like Tony did. So I worked to do that, and I did. And so I did the first retreat about 3 months ago. And it was interesting because it was my first one. Now, it's not my first retreat ever because I do retreats all the time in person.
Yeah.
But since COVID, I didn't do any online retreats. And so I decided I would do an online retreat. It would be awesome to do this kind of a retreat. And so as I put it together, it kind of fell into place. And then I took people who came to the last retreat through the retreat. I tell you, not only did we get the retreat to be at such a high level of experience, because it's an interactive and fun environment where we're at this huge, amazing frequency that will change your life just by getting into it for a few minutes. But we're in that frequency the whole time, okay? And then using the tools to release the old patterns, to release the low-level stuff, to shift and change things so easily and quickly that after that retreat, the students that were in the program told me, Joshua, you nailed it. I did more in this retreat than I've ever done in my life. One lady, she said, I feel like humanity is, I forgot, I'll have to play it for you because I don't remember exactly what she said. But she was like, I think she said something about making her feel like she could do this because she transformed so much in such a short period of time, just 3 days.
Wow.
And she's been working on these things for, so many years, 30 or something like that. And then she also was working on changing the things, but they didn't change, but they did in my retreat. And this happened with many people. One lady, she has a sitting, she can only sit for a little bit of time. She was only able to sit for an hour and a half, and that was pushing it. She sat for 3 days.
Wow.
That's right. Because we're in the right energy, we're in the right experience, and we bring the right tools. The tools that I bring, the quantum energy transformation tools from the certification program really work. I mean, these are the kinds of tools that I use for people who have big things like cancer, fibromyalgia, Crohn's disease, these kind of things. I bring tools that can handle that big of a level. That's how powerful this retreat is. A lot of tools, and I know we've all used them, they may get us to a point or they may not work at all. Mm-hmm. Lots and lots of tools out there, and sometimes we get stuck in the tools and we're working the tool and it's not working. I remember for myself, I had a past life fear show up many years ago. And when it did, I didn't use a high-level tool. I don't know why, but I didn't. I figured maybe I could just do it this way, and it didn't work. And I did it again. It only lasted 10 minutes. And then it reversed back to the old, shifted me back to the other way. And I kept trying to shift it. And we were playing the teeter-totter, the seesaw going up like that, right? And it was not a great game. And then, of course, I said, okay, I'll just use my quantum tool that will do that. And it did. But by doing that, it really taught me something, though. And what it taught me was if you don't use a high enough level tool at the higher levels of change, identity, spirituality, purpose, possibility, if you don't work at those levels, then you're not going to get the change. The other thing is about aspects. Most tools work by the aspect. So first you have to work on this aspect, and then that one's good. And then you have several aspects to go. Yeah. And then you work on the next aspect, and then that one's good. Now, if you're talking about things like fibromyalgia, cancer, pain, big emotions like anxiety, it's not 2, 3, 5 aspects. It's It could be thousands, actually,
Mhm.
hundreds. It's so many aspects. You could not, or you would not want to work on each of these one at a time. Quantum energy transformation has the power to work on all of the aspects at the same time. That's a bigger difference. And that's what I realized and reminded of myself of that 3 years ago when I did this low level tool. And there you go. Realized, I'm not working at a high enough level. We're not working on all the aspects. I'm going to work on all the aspects and get it done. And it does the job, and it does it so well. But the kicker is that it's easy. And the work that I do, many times people are like, Joshua, it can't be that easy. It really can't be that easy. You just said, do this little thing. I did that little thing and it changed. But why? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So the mind can't get that understanding. We think, and we've been taught, that it has to be hard, that you have to struggle, that you got to work for it. All these things we've been taught about how to create a change or a healing. And so that's not true. We don't have to work for it. We don't have to work hard. It can be easy. So it shocks us, as it did me. It shocks us all when we realize, oh, I can do this, and boom, it changed. There was a lady a long time ago, I worked with her many, many years ago. She was very skeptical of I did a retreat at the time in person, and she came to it. And she was very skeptical of it, but she was so curious, she just had to come.
So funny.
So she came to the retreat, but she wasn't easy. Let's just say.
There's always one at a retreat. There's always one.
And so she's sitting there, and when someone is really, really skeptical, they ask you, why did it do this? How come that worked like this? And all these questions, like everybody was getting kind of annoyed with her because they understood that she was skeptical, but she was like stopping me every minute to ask a question that everybody else in the class was like, we're already past that point, So I wasn't sure this was going to work with this lady here. Because I thought maybe it was annoying to many people and maybe she needed more of a one-on-one situation or something. So that was when my intuition came, and maybe she could come up here and do some work with me. So I asked for volunteers, but I didn't even have to ask her. She was the first one to raise her hand, and I said, oh, that worked. So maybe telepathy or something, right?
Oh, 100%.
So she came up. And she said, I have a problem that I've had for many years, and I'd like it to change. I said, good, let's work on it. And she said, well, I have this song. Okay, now I'm lost. Okay, tell me more. You got this song. She says, I have this song that plays on the radio all the time. It's a standard. And so every time the song plays, I feel sick to my stomach and want to puke. Wow. But the song, when I'm in my car, shows up. The song, when I'm at home listening to the radio, it comes up all the time. No matter what. And she says, and then that doesn't stop me from thinking about the song. So if I sing the song in my head, because it's a good song, she says, it makes me puke and it's a problem and it's really annoying. I want this to stop. And I said, okay. So what I did was I asked her to put her awareness at the base of her spine. And so she did. She brought her awareness. She just brought it right down to the base of her spine, right where the tailbone is. And she kept it there. And I said, all you have to do is keep your awareness at the tailbone. And that's all you need to do, and breathe. And she said, okay, I'll do that. I said, okay. So I asked her to sing the song. So she starts to sing the song. Her attention's at the base of her spine, and she's breathing in between lines, right? So that she can get the breathing. In about 30 seconds of singing that song, she started to get up like this and say, what did you do to me? And I thought that was odd because I wasn't touching her and I wasn't really standing near her either. And I'm like, what do you mean? What did I do to you? She said, I'm singing the song in my head and I don't feel like I need to puke. I don't understand. So she was kind of scared that she made such a big shift, and she did the shift. I didn't do anything. I just said, put your attention to the base of your spine and breathe. That was it.
Yeah.
She did the work. She did what I asked her to do, which was breathe while she sings the song. So we're triggering her and breathing, and it's all what it's supposed to be. And she just thought, wow, it couldn't just be that easy. It couldn't be that easy to have shifted something she's been holding on to for many, many years that really was plaguing her. And so after that experience, she started to pay attention differently. She stopped asking questions and became really silent. She was listening to every word that I said now, and she was really interested in how can I do that, not just for herself, but for her son, other family members. She was like, Joshua, I just have to send you my entire family. So she got really excited because she realized why she was there. She said, I realized I came so I can be proven wrong that anything is possible, because she didn't think anything was possible at all. And now she realizes, wow, that was awesome. So I did work with her son, and he had some great changes happening, and I did work with her even more, and she changed other things, and it was just an amazing thing. And everyone started to like her again in the class because she wasn't annoying anymore. She's like, oh, I get it. The power of what we do in the retreat is so intense and awesome. Think about when you feel in love, when you feel good, when you feel excited, when you feel awesome, that intensity. That's how we would like to feel every day. The thing is that, the day gets in the way, right? I have to do this. I got to pick up the kids and take them to school. I got to do that. There's a million things on my to-do list. I got to go to work as well. I got to do, all the things that we have to do get in the way of us connecting with ourselves, being at the highest level of energy, and shifting what's really meaningful for us to shift so we can live the best life. We have this ability. We can do it, and we can do it fast, even in just 3 days. When I worked with that lady, it was just a few minutes, right? In 30 seconds of singing the song, she changed all the way. It was a boop, done. That's why it scared her. I think for me, it scared me too. A couple times when I've made changes for myself or with other people, like, oh, I wasn't quite expecting that, but kind of was. But we don't really believe it's going to work for us. No one does. Everybody who comes to see me has some kind of doubt, like, I'm not sure it's going to work. And I think that's normal. I think everybody feels, me too. I felt that way also. I think it might work for that person, but me, I don't know. I was my most difficult client. I could tell you that. So I feel that people don't really know how powerful this is until they experience it. And when they do, they realize what we really have here. But they don't think that they're going to be able to change. They might, just like I did, might think other people could change, but not necessarily them. So, in lots of healing modalities today, you must believe to achieve it. That's their whole thing, but not in quantum energy transformation. Quantum energy transformation is based on science and spirituality, a mixture of the two. Science works like this. If you give it the right experience that you need to give it, it works because it's scientific. It happens that way because that's the way the science works of it. That's the power of that. And Dr. Bruce Lipton's science, that he shares in my book, that science backs up why what I do works. And it works really because when you work the way the body works, then you will get a change. When you work against the way the body works, it won't work. The thing is that a lot of times the way the body works is the opposite of the way you think it works.
100%.
I'll give you an example. So when you are getting in your body, and what I mean by getting into the body is bringing in your higher self all the way down into your body so that you and your higher self are one, rather than your higher self being up here and you're down here. Nope, you're one. That's where you want to be. When you and your higher self have merged together to be one, you are in your power. But we've been taught through conditioning that it's not safe to be in our body. And when people get into their bodies, sometimes they feel a little bit of what we call resistance. And that's because of the old pattern that they were taught. Another example of that is it's best to keep your auric field open. When your aura is open, your aura is being your body's bodyguard. Think about, you don't want your bodyguard behind you. You know what I mean? You want your bodyguard to be, blocking what's coming at you, right? You want your bodyguard to be available. So if your bodyguard is like back here and you're having stuff coming at you in the front, you definitely don't want to have that experience. You want your bodyguard to be in front of you, blocking everything, making sure you're good. So your aura is your body's bodyguard. Because of that, what that means is that you need your aura open in order for it to protect you. You need it to be out in front of you, actually all around you, so that it is protecting you. But so many teachers and so many people teach that you pull your aura in to be safe. And Dr. Bruce Lipton explained the difference between growth and protection and really brought it in for me. When you open up your auric field, you go into a place of growth. When you pull your aura in, you're telling your body and your brain that you're not safe. So you go into what's called protection. You're not protected. You're just in the protection place. And what that means is you go into a slight, if not a large experience of fight or flight. So when you're in some level of fight or flight, which most of us are in all the time, you're late for work. You're late to bring your kid to school. You forgot something. All these things we go, and immediately we go into fight or flight, right? When we go into fight or flight, our aura naturally comes in. That's what the aura naturally does. You don't have to tell it to do it. When you go into fight or flight, your aura comes in. But imagine undoing that. The antidote for it is to open up the auric field, and you start to realize, we're now telling the body and our energy that we're safe, and we no longer need to be on guard anymore, right? So then it feels better to us. I remember a lady, she had an anxiety attack in my office many years ago. And when she was having the anxiety attack, the receptionist knocked on my door because I was working with another client. And she said, there's a lady out here having an anxiety attack. And I said to her, okay, I'll be right there. And the lady I was working with said, go take care of that. I'm good. We finished what we need to do. A while ago, we were just chatting anyway, because we had already finished the work because the work is so fast. So she leaves and I run out to the waiting room and I bring the lady back in and she's freaking out. Okay. She's beyond anxiety attack. She is like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. And I invited her to get back into her body and I helped her do that. And in doing so, it was like a minute. And she said, Joshua, I'm fine now. But she says, that's odd. Whenever I have an anxiety attack, I feel that leftover adrenaline that was shot through my body. There's like an effect, an after effect that you feel for hours upon hours afterwards, where you feel kind of like, all day.
Yeah.
She says, I feel none of that. She says, I don't know why. And I said, because we used the antidote, right? We took the fight or flight. We immediately stopped it from happening. And then we brought you into growth. And once you got into growth, no anxiety attack and no leftover aftermath of it either. And she was like, well, that was cool. So she wasn't seeing me for anxiety attacks. She was seeing me for weight loss, actually. And then she said to me, I guess I need to see you for anxiety attacks and fear. And I'm like, hey, that might be a good idea. So she was right there. I said, let's work on that. So she she had a lot of anxiety attacks all the time. And when she had an anxiety attack before, I took her through some of her anxiety attacks and had her release on them. There were some really scary things. I don't know if they were dreams or real life, but wow, it was really scary to me. We released them, and that was only one session. Boom, done. She stopped having anxiety attacks altogether. Then she came back to see me for another session. And she said, I need help with public speaking because whenever I public speak, I want to puke. And I feel like I'm shaking and sometimes I can't even say a word. And I said, okay. She says, here's the problem. I make my money by doing this, right? I make money by speaking. If I can't do it, I can't make money, because she was like a high executive person in a corporate experience where her job was to speak to the people. So she would do her best, but sometimes she wouldn't, get very far and, puke and deal with it. So she said, I really need to be able to freely be able to speak. So I said to her, okay, let's do it. So I took her through a process. And in that one session, we instantly were able to shift her energy, and she was able to speak after that. And so it was like I don't know, month or so after, I called her on the phone and said, how you doing? She said, I'm doing fine. I said, how's the speaking? She says, awesome. I said, great. I said, would you be willing to give me a testimonial? And she thought about it for a moment. And she said, Joshua, do you know how much money you made me? She said, because I can public speak, I'm making, buco bucks being able to do this. She says, not only will I give you a testimonial, I'll do whatever you want in the picture. I said, well, would you jump?
Yeah.
Like if it's jump, right?
Yeah.
She said, jump? She says, whatever you want me to do, I'm there. So we went to a professional photographer. At the time we weren't, it wasn't like it is today. It was a long time ago, right? So we went to go to a professional photographer. She's in the studio and she jumps, right? Really high. And, she had to do it several times because, you had to get the right shot. And we got the right shot, which is so cool. And she jumped. And at the end of that, she said, I'll do anything for you, Joshua. I don't have anxiety attacks. I'm making lots and lots of money because I can public speak now. You've changed my life. That's the power of the work that we do.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That is incredible. And I love what you kept coming back to, which is we think and we're told that it can't be easy. And actually I've read, not every personal development book, obviously, but a lot of them. Your conditioning chapter is so perfect in this book because it really does start like when we're in utero, and a lot of people don't understand that. And then you add the past lives and you add all of these quote unquote non-logical reasons for us to have the issues that we're having. So if we actually figure out the energy of why those are stuck in our body, stuck in our consciousness, it really can be that easy. And I think that's one of my favorite things about you, that you just exude, and your energy is letting people know like it can be that easy, and you perform miracles. And that's what a miracle is. It's a very quick change in perspective. And I'm just so grateful that you're doing this retreat, because retreats had another really cool aha moment that was very helpful if there's other coaches listening. So retreats are magical. 3 days literally can change your whole life. And I've experienced that. My clients have experienced that. You've experienced that. We know a lot of people who have, and it's because of that container. And, we say that the term coaching container, or like container about an offer as a coach, which I love. I think it's super fun. What you said about bringing the science down and the spirituality down, that just like clicked so many things for me about what is so special about this retreat, because you're setting up this crazy container. But I was thinking about when we're in science class in junior high school, we have cylinders and we have other glass containers. I just like all of that came together. So I just wanted to share that because I'm going to listen back to this obviously. And like, that was a huge nugget for me and I'm very excited about it. So thank you for inspiring that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's amazing what's possible And, like I said, the travelers told me that I should do this retreat. And as I worked with the people in the retreat, we were releasing trauma. There was one lady in particular who had some trauma. Talk about trauma. We all have some trauma, but this lady had trauma, okay? this
Yeah.
this is pretty big. And when I was working with her, she started to release that trauma very, very fast, like basically instantaneously, because I have a very powerful trauma releasing tool. And she started to release the trauma quickly. And as it was releasing, you could see her shifting, her posture changed, her energy changed. She was realizing that she was conquering over all of those bad happenings. And it wasn't one bad happening, it was several bad happenings that really were horrible in her life. I mean, I think horrible is probably a really good description of those traumas she was describing to us. And she released it in just a matter of a few minutes. So imagine going through 30 years of therapy in like 7 minutes. You know what I mean? It was that
Exactly.
powerful. And so at the end of it, she was like really empowered. And it's neat to see somebody when they get into this, like, I am now a powerful person and no longer a victim kind of energy. And so she got into this she says, I am effing amazing. She didn't say, she said the word, but, right. But she's saying, I am effing amazing. And we're all feeling her feeling that way and seeing her experience that from such a very simple and profound way to shift energy that I taught her, that boom, it just moved through her body like lightning and shifted all of that. And she's like, there's nothing like this. This is just amazing to be able to let all of that go. Changed her life beyond anything she thought was possible. She was coming to the retreat because she thought it was a nice thing to do, but what she got was a whole lot more. And everybody in the retreat experienced that. Can I share some testimonials with you?
Oh my gosh, I would love that so much. I mean, I was like getting on the verge of tears just you sharing what she said, because I've experienced that and a lot of my clients have, where you're like, sometimes when you just need to pick me up, you're like, I am Fallon fucking Jordan. Like, how cool is that I get to be this person and I get to be this upgraded version of myself? And I'm excited you're going to share testimonials, because I think we have to see it in someone's eyes. And you can see it in their aura. And I believe that our eyes and our aura actually change color when we do quantum energy transformation in retreats. And so, yeah, go ahead and play. I'm excited.
All right, cool. Here we go.
If you want to stand up and walk strong and tall in your beingness, meeting your superhero and your superpowers and being in your genius every day for the rest of your life, this is the retreat for you.
This has been so profound for me. I have been taking seminars and workshops since 1982, and the transformation I've had here, it's far superior than whatever I had done before. You have touched my heart and my being to the core. We don't need to be sad. We don't need to go through what we go through in life because of our past experiences, our past thinking, our past whatever. You have instilled in me a profound love for humankind again. Thank you so much for this course and this experience that I have shared with everyone here.
I feel so present and confident, like you could throw anything at me and I'm not going to run away. It's a nice feeling to feel secure in yourself.
I feel so strong and powerful, like I can do anything. I can conquer the world.
It's just mind-blowing. And you realize that once you move out all that stuck energy, what's underneath is you, your possibilities, and what you can be in the world.
It's done so easily and effortlessly.
that it is worth it.
And it's the best gift you can give yourself.
You'll be carried along on the energy, the power, the group, the way Joshua builds every little particle of it. You'll shift, you'll change. You'll never experience anything like it.
If you're tired of being in pain, you come to the right place because this all happens for you and you can be the greatest you can ever be.
For people who are looking for change or healing or transformation, if you want to evolve into new ways of being in the world, you can teach them how to do that. You can do it in a short time. That is very, very powerful. You're the real deal. So thank you very much for being the real deal.
If you want immediate change, if you want to elevate your entire life with one course, this is where you want to be. It's almost beyond description. I would highly recommend if you want extraordinary.
It was just one wonderful experience after another, and you just have such a kindness and a love and a compassion for all your students in this group. You're an angel and incredible, making magic and moving us towards all sorts of possibilities.
I have an hour and a half sitting limit due to arthritis. I made it for 3 days. This is a miracle. I'm so happy.
The individual attention that you give to everybody. You don't get that anyplace else. You're healing at a much deeper level.
I had been doing different modalities and stuff since 2010 and literally spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just to feel like I was pushing a shopping cart around with a broken wheel and going in circles. I've actually been clearing stuff and I don't no longer have that feeling that I'm just going in a circle. It's not even feel, it's I know I'm actually getting somewhere now. The tools and stuff that you have are simple, they're easy, they're quick, they're amazing and life altering and life changing, and I can't wait to see what the future brings.
Oh my God, you can't miss this. It's mind blowing and you can't even imagine. You just have to experience it.
Oh my God, that was so amazing. Thank you for sharing all that. Oh my gosh, there was so many testimonials.
Yes, it was so many. It was an experience that was amazing. Now you saw that the lady Allison there, she was the one who got rid of all that trauma that we were talking about earlier. And it was Edna that was like a second testimonial there where I was trying to say what she was saying and I didn't really say it as eloquently as she did. But yeah, it's amazing what is possible for us. It's amazing what we can do. What I teach people is real. It can change very quickly and it can be very easy. Now, I know that people don't believe that, and I get it because I didn't either. I was one of those people, but you don't have to believe it to get the results. None of those people believed they were going to get these results. None of them did. Because we're all the same, right? In that way, we're like, well, it might work for somebody else, but I'm gonna try. People say, well, with quantum energy transformation, you don't have to try. You just engage it, and it works. It's science. It works.
Amazing. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people that are skeptical, or they say they're skeptical, but they do it anyway. And it's like, well, part of you is clearly not, because you're investing in this, which again is why it's so powerful to, I mean, for me, this is my experience. Like sometimes I just kind of have to like laugh at my ego and my human self, especially when it's like, well, everybody else can do, but I can't. And it's like, well, what makes me so special? And it's like, everything makes me so special. So why wouldn't I do this thing that everyone else is saying works for them? Why would I not do it? It's just this really fun circle that I feel like we go through. And I just feel like we kind of have to laugh about it, because at the end of the day, like if even a part of us is open to that miracle, a part of us is open to that instant healing, it's going to happen.
Well, my mantra for many, many years was it works for everybody else but me. Mm-hmm. And that wasn't a good mantra to hold on to. That's mantra's changed, by the way.
Yeah.
But it was my mantra. Let me just take a drink real quick. It was my mantra for so many years because I was stuck for so many years. But you don't have to be stuck for many years because I've done all the stuck for you.
Exactly.
I learned how to get stuck and get out of it. And I've got out of it in such a brilliant way. It was just so amazing in what I learned. You don't have to believe it for it to work, which is a good thing. With lots of other things, you do need to believe it. You don't have to believe it with this. So you can come skeptical. It's fine. The power of the work is, and you can tell from those testimonials that, and even just seeing them, their presence that they were holding, right? Just in their presence, you can see it in their energy. As they were talking, you can see that they're not talking about, oh, I just had a great time, or, oh, it was a great pick-me-up. This is way more than that. This is a full transformation experience, fully immersive and exciting. It's going to literally change your life. Ready or not. Ready or not.
I love that. Amazing. Well, I'm going to put the link below so that everyone can jump into the retreat, because obviously it's very imperative that if you are here and you're listening to this, there's a reason. And there's a reason why, I'm very picky about the people in my community, and Joshua is one of my favorite people in the whole world. So I'm just so grateful that you're doing this and you're changing so many lives. It was so beautiful to see all those women, and then also a man, and he had a bunch of books. I was getting a professor, very smart vibe from him. Just
yes,
all of the different types of people that you help. It's just so beautiful.
It is. Let me share my screen again.
Yay.
And show you the page here. I think this is the page. All right, let's hope that it's this one. Okay, good. Yay. I love Zoom. Okay, so can you see the page here?
Not yet. I think it's thinking.
Oh, not yet. It's thinking. Oh, then I'm on the wrong page. Let's see here. That wasn't it. Okay, let's try one more time. Yeah, that should be the page, but it's not it. Give me 1 second. I'm going to stop the share and try again. Share the screen. It's very interesting. Oh, maybe it says number 2. It's saying it's number 2. Let's try this one. Can you now see it?
Yes.
Oh my God, magic happened. Okay. So this is called the 2024 Quantum Release Experiment. I call it the Quantum Release Experiment because we are going to take this in a different way. We're going to utilize ourselves as an experiment to see how fast we can release the past, create momentum, and embrace freedom. And so when you have a goal like that, it's like, wow, how could I release the past? How can I embrace freedom faster than lightning, right? We can do it. And by engaging in this way with a group of people, now it's always best to engage in a group. Here's why. When you engage in a group, people feed off of each other. I look at it like the show. What was the name of that show? The Voice. Have you ever seen The Voice?
Very few times, but.
So, well, in The Voice, what they do is they get a singer who sings, they get two singers who sing really, really well, and they put them up against each other. And they're supposed to basically out-sing each other, but at the same time make it sound wonderful together, right? That's their goal. But what ends up happening is they feed off each other, and they kept raising their frequency, their energy, their abilities all get better and better because they were trying to out-sing that other person. And not that we're doing that in the retreat where we're outdoing anybody, but it's the togetherness. It's where we come together as a group and we lift each other up. It's so much easier to engage in a group like this. So it's amazing. We only have a few spots left. Only 30 people are able to come to the retreat. I think we have 2 slots left. So if you want to be one of them, come and join us to do this. And it's amazing. Fallon, you're invited, as you know, to come to our retreat. So unlock unparalleled self-confidence, supercharge your energy, and take your life by storm. Embracing your new and empowered identity and the full spectrum of your beingness isn't just important, it's the path to true fulfillment, purpose, and joy. We work at a different level than most people do. I mentioned Tony Robbins before. He works at the strategy level and sometimes the belief level. And he's now getting into some of the identity understandings. I work only at the identity, spirituality, purpose, and possibility levels, which means that when we make the change up here, everything else below it changes. So we make deeper, permanent changes is what we do. It's time that you truly become who you are capable of becoming. Blink into your new reality, fast and easy. Stand tall in your absolute power, unshaken by the world's chaos. Imagine that, just living your life. Things are going crazy out there, but you're like, I'm cool. That's what we want to be. Imagine becoming a fully confident and unstoppable force with no limits whatsoever to what you can achieve. More than a retreat, this is the beginning of your most extraordinary chapter. Experience your quantum superpowers and blink into your new reality. And we're going to be doing that actually in the VIP level of the program. We're going to be doing something I call quantum blinking, which is a way of jumping timelines. So, for example, if you're in a timeline that's not working for you, you're not able to manifest, things are really stuck for you, this kind of thing, just move to a timeline that's working for you. And it really is amazing. And I also work with the white light beings. And the white light beings are in charge of keeping you on your timeline. So if you are a person who gets off your timeline really, really big, you probably notice some really big shifts in your life that may be uncomfortable, to say the least. And that's because the white light beings are noticing that you're off track and they put you on track. Now, sometimes it's, a strong push. You know what I mean? When you work with the white light beings, it's different. Because now you're saying, let's do this in a way that's going to be easy for me, that's going to be more open for me, where I don't have to have a dramatic thing, right? I can experience this with ease. And they help you in that way. They're so beautiful and they help every moment, and we'll be working with them as well. Masterful transformation evolution. We are going to be working at the master level. So whether you're a beginner or you know how energy works and you do transformation and healing all the time, this is an advanced program that everyone can do, and it's all advanced. So when you come and do this certification level transformations, I tell you, these are things more than likely you've not done before. Even if you are advanced, you probably have not done them before. These are things that I've created through the years that I'm now pulling out to work with you to help you at the deepest levels. Quantum identity evolution. As I said before, we work at the identity level or higher, spirituality, purpose, and beingness, all those places, possibility. We work at those levels because that's what works for permanent and fast changes. Abundance and power mastery. We want you to feel like you can manifest and actually do it. I'm going to teach you how to create abundance as if you were an abundance magnet. And that's powerful to learn. And it's something I call have money now. I'm going to teach you how to manifest money so that you can have money, not later, not tomorrow, now, that you can create money now. Now, what I mean by that is we want to get into the energy where you're attracting money. Dr. Bruce Lipton said, the way that we've been taught to manifest is all wrong. And then I was all ears. I'm like, tell me. He said, we have to manifest unconsciously, not consciously. Mm-hmm. That's the thing, because most people are like, I need to do a manifestation technique. Dr. Lipton says, you can do as many manifestation techniques as you want. That's exactly fine.
Yeah.
but it's not going to help you manifest because only 5% of the time are you able to manifest, whereas 95% of the time you're not manifesting because 95% of the time is what your unconscious is doing. So when we shift, let's say that differently, when we change from the inside, the unconscious. See, the body itself is the unconscious mind. When you shift the energy at the cellular level of the body, of the unconscious mind, it makes a permanent shift. When that shift happens, now you can manifest all the time. Imagine if your pattern is every time something gets good, something goes wrong. Did you ever hear that before?
Oh yeah, I'm sure everyone here is aware of that.
That is a pattern, right? That is a pattern. Well, that's an unconscious pattern. It's not something that you think about. It just happens that way. We can remove that pattern altogether. We can adjust the unconscious so that every time something happens that's good, you feel elated, awesome, and you bring in new experiences, new transformations, new opportunities. All those things can come in for you. So that's the power of what we're going to be teaching at this retreat. The unshakable you. Yes, I want you to be in your power. Empaths, intuitives, light workers, we have got to be in our power. We're here to help ourselves and the world shift and change, but we can't do that if we're not at our best. So you're going to learn to be confident and unstoppable. And think about confidence this way. A lot of times we think about, well, if I were to believe that I was confident, then I'd be confident, but I don't believe it. Mm-hmm. Well, here's another good news. You don't have to believe that you're confident because belief has nothing to do with being confident.
Right.
Energy has to do with being confident. If you step into the energy of confidence, then you become confident because you're in the energy of it. If you're in a different energy, well, then you get something else. But once you step into the energy of confidence, regardless of what you believe, then you have confidence. That's it. I'm going to teach you how to step into that energy also. Open the door to new possibility. Awaken yourself to new possibilities like never before with the revolutionary power of the QET crystalline tools. You mentioned those earlier. These tools are amazing, and we're going to be using them in our experience also with the pendants. So the pendants, and this is the Golden Light Water Energizer. This is the Compact Mica Energizer also, and they do different things. This one makes you a master healer. It's so powerful. It makes you a master healer. It helps you heal yourself and heal others as well. And then this one, the water energizer, it actually charges your water. So you can drink really amazing water after putting it on there for just 15 minutes. But then I learned you can use it on the body. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah. All those crystals, the sacred geometry, like.
Yes, I'll show you
amazing.
how I use it in a minute. It's kind of fun what I do with it. But yeah, you can use that. It's just life altering on how that works. A fast action bonus if you're one of the first 10 people who do this today, but we only have 2 slots. So if you're one of the first 2 people who do it, you're going to be able to get in, and also you're going to be able to get my Oracle cards. These are amazing cards.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. You have these.
These cards will change your life. Now, most people use Oracle cards as a means of getting information. Ours go beyond that. We gain information to know what's blocking us. We release the blocks, and then the cards tell you whether you release it or not.
Right. I love that. Amazing.
It is amazing. That's what these cards do. And I'm going to give you the cards. I'm going to also give you a member area in which you're going to learn how to use the cards. But I'm going to go beyond that. I'm going to give you an online version. So you're going to get the physical version and the online version when you take the retreat. So this is going to be awesome.
Amazing. And I just want to let people know, like, this is the future of Oracle card decks. Like, it actually has the energy healing in the actual cards. It's not just about getting information. So that's really amazing.
Thank you. It is amazing. I love it. Dive deep into the quantum transformation. Emerge with mastery over your reality. Tap into the deepest powers of your beingness. Discover your superpowers to actualize abundance and master your quantum shift fast and easy. And when I mean fast and easy, I really mean it. It is fast and easy. So Friday, if you're a VIP, you come in at 11 o'clock. We work for a few hours on quantum blinking. We're going to be working on shifting from one timeline to another so that we can be in our best timeline, working with the white light beings at the same time, having them support us in the best timeline for us. So if you've gone off track, if you feel like, oh my God, I really need something better than what my life is, you've come to the right place, because that's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to help you shift into the right timeline for you and get yourself back on track. You are here for a purpose, and we're going to work with that purpose and make sure that you get back on your path. And even if you're on your path, you can still go to higher levels of goodness on your path. So that's awesome too. Then at 3 p.m., where everybody else comes into the retreat, till 8 p.m., we're going to be engaging a bunch of things. You're going to learn the principles of quantum energy transformation. You're going to learn being quantum and being quantum advanced. Being quantum advanced is the experience of getting into your body, grounding, opening up your aura. It's basically what Dr. Bruce Lipton says, getting into growth. And when you can get into growth, you can heal. When you're in protection, you can't heal. So the first thing in quantum energy transformation that we do, get into growth. And by that science understanding, we're doing that first. It's amazing. Frequency amplification, we're going to raise our frequency to at least or more 10,000 hertz energy frequency. And we're going to maintain it through the whole weekend. So if you want to live in that frequency, that 5D frequency, it's going to be amazing. So that's just Friday, okay? Because you're going to have a 5D energy breakthrough on Friday also. That's just Friday. That's just one day. Now, on Saturday, it's called Actualize Abundance Day. There's two things that are happening. One is the Have Money Now class that I'm going to be teaching you. And teaching you, it's amazing. I created the program after a multimillionaire took my certification program. And he said, Joshua, you know, you made me a lot of money. And I said, what do you mean? He said, well, you made me a lot of money because I used the principles that you taught in your certification program to make more money than I already have. And so we created a class together.
Amazing.
And then, yeah, right? We created a class together. He showed me what he used, how he used it, and why he used it. And I'm going to teach that to you in this retreat. So I'm excited about that. That's awesome. So powerful. So the other thing that's going to be happening on Saturday is really, really awesome. It's raising your energy frequency. As I just mentioned, getting to that 10,000 hertz energy frequency. But you're going to learn how to get to higher frequencies like this. You don't have to wait for a long time. It's like you're at a low frequency. Now you're at a high frequency. That's what you're going to learn to do. That's going to be amazing. Step into the flow of prosperity and master of being quantum advanced. So you're going to master being quantum advanced so that you can lock in your beingness. That's going to be awesome. You're going to get energy frequency mastery, like we just said, Have Money Now, living 5D energy, and breakthrough to abundance. And that's just Saturday. Sunday, right? This is a lot in a weekend, right?
Well, Saturday, for any my astrology nerds, it's going to be one of the biggest manifestation days of the entire year.
Exactly. So Saturday is a great day, right?
Yeah.
And then Sunday is Transformation Day. And on that day, these are many of my certification level transformations. You're going to you're going to do some breath work. Wouldn't it be good to know how to breathe to be able to create a certain result?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're anxious and you want to change that, you could breathe a certain way. Now, not regular breathing, not yoga breathing or anything like that. You're going to be learning how to breathe in a quantum way. And when you breathe in a quantum way, you actually can stop anxiety attacks. You can actually shift depression in just a few minutes. You're going to learn how to change your energy simply by breathing in a quantum way. I'm going to teach you how to do that in this program. Golden ball of light, guided connection. This is a powerful experience where we're going to take the golden ball of light. This is the energy that was given to us by the white light beings that Jesus used to create what we now know as Christ consciousness. And so we're going to be using that beautiful, peaceful, amazing golden light energy, and we're going to put it in a ball of energy and put it into each of your chakras to up level, to balance, to charge, to shift, to transmute all of the lower energies in your chakra system to create something totally new for you. So, okay, just that exercise alone is worth coming to the entire retreat. Just that one.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just that
Amazing.
one. We're going to be doing something called Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono is powerful because it's not the one that's been popularized that you've learned about. I'm sure you've learned about Ho'oponopono, but this one is working with people where you can release the charge behind people that have come into your life. What's really cool about this process is that the process will also work beyond what you do in the process. What I mean by that is, let's say you chose 20 people to do this process with. It doesn't just choose those 20 people. It goes through everyone in your life, and it works on those people too, even if you don't bring them into the process. What's great about that is it's very efficient. You can work on all of these people that might be triggering you unconsciously and clear it. Whether that's your mother or your father or a relationship that went bad or whatever it is, we can shift all of those feelings, all of those energies. And when you do, that easily allows you to move forward in a totally different way. And then we're going to do a breakthrough to a new existence where I'm going to be doing some live clearing. So you're going to be working on clearing events. So we'll be doing events clearings. It's going to be really cool and amazing. It'll be, like I said, life-changing. So there are two ways to do this. You can do this at the basic ticket or the VIP ticket. The main difference in that is that in the VIP, you get all the videos separate. So each exercise is separated for you. You also get all the experiences with the teaching together, and they're also separate. Okay, so everything is separate for you so that you can either watch the retreat as a whole retreat later every day if you want to, okay? Or you can just pick and choose. I like that one. This one really did a lot for me. I'm going to do that one. You can pick and choose and just go right to them without having to go through the whole retreat to find them. So you're going to get a member area that's going to be awesome. And then basically the retreat is the same for the VIP in the beginning here. So you're going to get a 3 full day retreat, being quantum advanced, energy frequency mastery, have money now, the magic and power of QET. We're going to teach you some Huna, breathing mastery, golden ball of energy, instant shift, Ho'oponopono, the core awakening, instant quantum shifts, fast and easy trauma release. And this is where it differs, okay? So if you're in the basic, you're going to get all the notes. You don't have to take notes. I'm going to give you the notes to everything I say. You're going to have everything where you're going to organized, where you can read the notes and say, this is what we did. Great. So you don't have to take notes. I'm going to take notes for you. Also, you're going to get high frequency energy mastery. It's a program that I taught that I have in your member area that is awesome. It's another way, different from what we're going to be doing in our program, that's going to teach you how to raise your frequency. So not only are you going to have the way I'm going to teach you in the retreat, but you have a whole other way to do it too. So it's going to be really cool. And you're going to learn how to measure your frequency also, which is awesome. And so that you know what frequency you're at. You're also going to get a high-res model of life digital copy, which is what I use to become a medical intuitive. I can look at that model and tell you what your problem is, where it's located, and how we can get to resolving it. You're going to be able to do it too because you'll have the model. Also, free QET pendant. Just pay the shipping and handling. You're getting the free QET pendant, which is what I'm wearing right here. They're awesome. And then if you're in the VIP, what's different is that you get the lifetime access to the complete retreat on video member area. Your personalized member area with all quantum experiences, as I mentioned before, all separated. You're going to be able to choose your favorite QET tool for free. It doesn't have to necessarily be the pendant. It could be any one of my tools. You can get the VIP level, Have Money Now. So we're going to teach you a higher level in the VIP of Have Money Now. That's going to be cool. You're going to get Quantum Energy Transformation Certification, Quantum Energy Transformation Certification Scholarship. If you would like to become a Quantum Energy Transformation practitioner, well, I'm going to give you $1,000 off just by coming to the retreat.
Cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's amazing.
And then you're going to get the VIP Quantum Blinking Immersion, Transformation and 5D Timeline Shifting that we're going to do in the morning on Friday, like I mentioned before. And then you're going to get the Retreat Extension. This is one of the best things. For 4 weeks after that, every week we're going to be helping you keep that momentum going and have an amazing continuation of the retreat for 4 weeks. So it's going to be awesome. So the basic retreat isn't $2,000, it's $998. And this retreat here, it's $1997. Excuse me. It's $1997, and that is awesome.
Yeah.
And instead of $5,000, and there's so much that comes with it. And Fallon, I'm going to give you to put into your notes for this call a special coupon code.
Okay.
That's going to take money off of this price. Even so, just for your community, I'm going to do that. Just decide to do it just now. I got to get that code to you later, but I'm going to give you the code and you can put it in the notes, and Perfect. You can have a discount on this retreat, on the VIP version, because it's going to change your life. Might as well take the VIP version and have it all, and let's work together and make it happen. Let me just stop sharing my screen. I want to see you already. Okay.
That is so exciting. Thank you.
Thank you.
I know everyone's going to appreciate it.
It's the VIP retreat, I tell you, especially those 4 weeks afterwards that we're going to work together, is going to be really impactful, because now you know things. After taking the retreat, you're going to know things. Mm-hmm. Now, from that place, we're going to take it to another level, of course. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be empowering. And you're going to feel the energy. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Integration support with people who were in that container with you is vital.
I think so. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. Well, I'm so grateful that you're doing all of this. I'm so grateful that you shared it with my community, and, definitely. And if you're listening and you click on the link, share this with your friends and family. You guys get to spend the whole weekend together. So that's freaking cool.
It is cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
They can go to iqet.com/yes.
I love that. You're so amazing. I'm so grateful for you. Is there anything else that you wanted to share in closing?
I think the biggest thing is this. You are powerful. You have gifts and abilities beyond what you even know you have. Come and discover those with me. I will show you how to shift, transform, raise frequency, ground like you've never felt like you were grounded before, and take you to another level of possibility in your life. People are coming to this retreat who've already come the last time because it shifted them so much. They wanted to do it again. People just don't do it again and pay again if they didn't find value. And many of the people that you saw there are coming back. And they're coming back because they are going to, they took a huge quantum leap, and now they're going to take another huge quantum leap. So be one of those people who take a huge quantum leap together and move forward in your life with grace and ease.
I love that. Yeah. When you're in a high frequency, and then you're in a high frequency understanding that there's unlimited possibility and potential, you're like, well, let's do more. Let's have more. And as my hands
Exactly.
are like tingling as I'm saying that, because it's a thing that I'm asking and hoping that everyone here wants to experience, because that's what my experience and a lot of people that we work with, it's like, okay, so I'm out of the problem paradigm. I'm feeling great. Things are going really well. What's next? And it's like, we're growing. We're going to continue raising. We're going to continue getting in a higher frequency because we're here to serve. And the best way to do that is from a place of ease, grace, and flow.
Exactly. Well said.
Yeah. Thank y'all. Well, I love you so much. I'm so grateful that you were with us. And please, everyone, click the link below and learn more and get in Joshua's world. And then obviously, if you need anything from either of us, just let us know. Talk to you soon.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.